Captain Marvel, more like Captain Trash. People proclaim it to be the first female-led Marvel movie. But that's just not true. Us intellectuals, we know the truth. And the truth is, there's a much better female-led Marvel movie out there. We know that there's a masterpiece out there called Elektra. Right from the start, we already know we're in for a treat because we're not greeted with the garbage Universal Studios logo. We're greeted with the world-renowned Universum Film logo. Anyways, right after that, we're hit with some sexy drawings and some nice narration, which showcases the plagiarism of Netflix's Daredevil. Listen, between you and me, Marvel Netflix's Daredevil pretty much copied the shit out of Elektra. You know how much? They even plagiarized the villain's name. The Hand.
The Hand. The Hand.
Have you no shame, Daredevil? I'm glad you got cancelled. Luke Cage is better because he supports the Paul brothers. We also get some illustrations of Elektra herself, which showcase that she looks nothing like Jennifer Garner. But that's cool and hip because that tells us that yes, anyone can be this fictional character. Anyone can be Elektra. Anyone can wear the red spandex. You can wear the red spandex. If you didn't know that, you know that now. Afterwards, we're introduced to a bad guy, and we can tell he's a bad guy because he starts to speak in total darkness, and he isn't even facing the person that he's speaking to. And right after that, we have some amazing fight choreography. Look how messy and quick cut it is. It's absolutely masterful. More than half the screen is just pure black. This cinematography is absolutely wonderful. And that's an objective statement. Also, Elektra has magical size because there's no blood when she stabs someone. I think she might be related to Wolverine. Meanwhile, villains are being villains in what can only be described as a supervillain lair due to the lack of light, and how they can write in a room like that so poorly lit is beyond me. I think they probably have poor eyesight. And that's perfect because poor eyesight is just so evil. And here we get a taste of Elektra's powers, and her powers do not include electricity like her brother Elektro, but she does have the ability to super hear. We then get some flashbacks to Elektra's past, and we get to see this character called Stick. He's called Stick because he carries a stick. This dude is so old that he contradicts himself without even noticing.
I know I'm the best student here.
Not the best. But you do not know the way.
Teach me then.
I want you to go.
Anyways, Elektra picks up a contract thanks to her slave, McCabe. It's a $2 million contract, but she has to stay in Tony Stark's mansion for about a few days before the assassination occurs. Elektra decides to go swimming in the ocean, and then teleports to a pool. That's 2 superpowers she has, by the way. And like I stated earlier, the movie decides to borrow from another magnifique film, Catwoman, and decides to apply their blurry face process thing. Elektra then flashes back to her traumatic childhood because like all superheroes, they have to have traumatic childhoods. And then because of that trauma, Elektra decides that she wants to kill somebody and then decides to assassinate a 13-year-old girl. We then get some more childhood flashbacks like Elektra seeing Steven Spielberg in her dream. I bet she wishes she had God on her side. After meeting Abby and her father, Elektra decides it's totally cool to creepily stare at Abby going to sleep through her window at night. Classic superhero stuff. But the thing is that the assassination that she had to complete, the people she has to assassinate, are Abby and her dad. Elektra lets the family live, and she decides to leave the island because honestly she's a shitty contract killer, and then she spots some Asians going out from a boat, and then she, being the racist that she is, decides to go kill them instead. Now these very same Asian dudes, dressed up as ninjas, decide to go and kill Abby and her father, but then Elektra intervenes, and then she decides to unleash her super secret ultimate power, which is when she stabs someone with her sai, and then they randomly fucking explode. Elektra then goes inside the house and she tries to save Abby and Mark, but then she gets shot. And then they get shot too. Since everyone dies, the credits roll. And the movie ends there. Elektra dies. Plot twist, Elektra actually has another superpower. She has super hearing, teleportation, she can make people explode, but now she can see the future. Like she can actually see. That isn't overpowered at all. Seeing the future, Elektra's able to stop all the carnage and decides to interrogate the hand ninja. The dude must have forgot his cyanide capsule at home because he decides to snap his own neck. 30 minutes in and the plot just started. So Kirigi, this ninja dude, decides to gather up Mike Tyson, a furry, El Diablo, and Angelina Jolie to go and kill Elektra. Meanwhile, Elektra's looking for Stick and she's still treating McCabe like shit.
You know a guy who could put you in touch with
Thanks.
this. I hear it's gorgeous out there. You know, you got the stick.
Just give me his location.
Sure, no problem. I got it handy.
Eventually, the furry finds Elektra by removing his bird Sona from his body to track Elektra down. Thankfully though, Elektra escapes with the family in a car, and what proceeds is some of the best writing I've ever seen in a blockbuster film in a really long time.
You really kill people for a living.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Right after that, Elektra and the family head over to a shelter with the help of McCabe, and then right after this, everyone becomes horny for no fucking reason. If you thought Aquaman's romance was amazing, get a load of this. This is what true love looks like. No development, no chemistry, just two people hooking up because they're alone together. That's the shit. Pro tip for all you writers out there, if you want to write a solid love story, kissing over talking. Every single time. Elektra, you're smart. So the bad guys start popping out. Angelina Jolie ruins everything she touches, like usual. And the furry embraces his kinky persona and decides to let the wolf free from his body and track Elektra down. And that wolf has the ability to glow and fly. Seriously, go to Fur Affinity and check if anyone has a fursona as epic as that. Non-existent. Eventually, Elektra decides to climb a tree to jump on Mike Tyson's back to then stab him. But then changes her mind and then jumps down from the tree and gets on the floor to then stab him. Why did she climb the... Anyways, it doesn't matter because Mike Tyson dies in the smartest way possible. And right after, El Diablo gets killed by a pocket knife. And Abby kills the flying wolf with some magical anal beads, and by making a super cringy pose, she reveals that she's actually been a Power Ranger this whole time. Plot twist, Angelina Jolie decides to kiss Elektra, revealing that Jolie left Brad Pitt because she was in love with Elektra the whole time. Anyways, 2 plot twists in a row proves to be too much for Elektra, who has a heart attack. Elektra then has a nightmare again about Steven Spielberg, and then she wakes up because she's scared because Steven Spielberg decided to turn into a ninja. But who cares? You know about that movie called Star Wars The Last Jedi? Yeah, that piece of trash. That movie's being hailed as a cinematic masterpiece for shit like this. 2 actors talking to each other when they're not even in the same room. Rian Johnson copied Elektra. I mean, look at this. It's the same scene. The dude even looks like Kylo Ren with that sexy ass hair. She's in front of a fireplace. Open your eyes, sheeple! All these sequels and remakes that Hollywood is making always steal from original films. I mean, first Star Wars, what's next? Are they gonna make a movie about female Ghostbusters? I don't understand movies anymore. I've made 8 videos saying that these movies are masterpieces, and a lot of the time, I get a lot of hate. I love Batman v Superman. It's a masterpiece. I objectively know that it's a masterpiece. I'm saying that Van Forsdyke is a masterpiece. And people are saying, no, it's not. That's your opinion. No, it's a fact. Catwoman is a masterpiece. That is a fact. That is an objective statement. I don't get why people are attacking me. What am I doing wrong? Eventually, Elektra makes her way to an old mansion where she decides to use her size to blow the... Kirigi also shows up, and he showcases his superpowers, his ability to levitate cloth. And Elektra's super freaking shook by this because she's never seen cloth before. And as if the movie didn't have enough plot twists, stop!
Plot twist!
It's revealed that Kirigi is actually Steven Spielberg. But then plot twist, Abby shows up with her magical anal beads, which she intends to stick in Steven Spielberg's ass. The action sequences look like they're straight out of Taken 3 with quick cuts. I mean, Brian Mills would be so fucking jealous of this. And then, for the best scene in the movie, Elektra unleashes her new superpower. Flying size. With this ability, Elektra can throw her fucking sai wherever she wants and it will travel across the globe to find the target. Watch the clip.
Centuries gone by, protectors of the right, defenders sworn to fight, Time Rangers roar.
According to my calculations, that was approximately 2 miles. But that's not all, because Elektra has another superpower. This power is called defibrillator hands. With so many superpowers, why the hell did Nick Fury call Captain Marvel? I don't get it. Just call Elektra, bro. And that was it. That was Elektra. The first female-led Marvel movie in existence. Don't let anybody tell you different. But forget Captain Marvel. Elektra was the first female-led Marvel film. And if anyone tells you different, then just tell them that Steven Spielberg will visit them in their sleep. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you all really liked it. And if you hadn't noticed, I am wearing the Uncommon shirt from Browntable's Teespring campaign. I guess that's what it's called. The merch link is in the description below, but this is what the shirt looks like if you like it. This is pretty much, yeah, I'm gonna stop modeling now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I had a lot of fun making it. My throat is very sore for making it, I guess. Lastly, I do want to thank my patrons. I want to thank the viewers. And if you aren't subbed to this channel, subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Thanks for coming to the table, and I'll see you all next time.